Anastasia from Survival Russian app. Welcome to IrishStartUpTV.
Hi Richard, thank you very much for having me here.
So tell us a little bit about the app. What does it do?
It's an app for travelers and beginner students who would like to start learning Russian as a foreign language. It is based on dialects, so generally you have 10 lessons that you have to go through. In the end of each lesson you have to complete a test in order to unlock the next lesson. So you have to study really hard.
How is your product different than a traditional approach to learning?
Going to class and starting to learn Russian with a teacher is a very good idea, but it can be really expensive. If you want to save some money, you would like to download an application which will be with you all the time, which you can use when you have free time to study on the go. There are really great applications to learn English. I mean, I use them all the time. But the choice for Russian is really limited, and most of the applications are based on picture-word matching techniques. But there are a lot of studies that show when you do these exercises, your brain actually remembers the pictures, not the words.
Okay.
I have been teaching English and Russian for 7 years, so I'm a teacher. That's my first job. So I really know what to do, and I know the methodology that will really help you start conversation in Russian. So my application...
And survival Russian.
And survive in Russian.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have cold winters, but also people do not speak foreign languages. So you can have such problems as, of course, you will find your way with a mobile phone, but if you want to order a meal, check in a hotel, buy a metro ticket, buy a bus ticket, and buying bus tickets is like the toughest thing, because if you haven't bought the ticket in advance, you want to buy it with a bus driver, you must have the exact amount of money. They don't usually have change. Extra
challenges that you have to overcome if you're traveling in Russia.
Exactly.
And back to the practicalities of the product, what's involved? Is it like a face-to-face project, or how do we learn how to speak Russian?
You download an application. You start with learning vocabulary, because you know that Cyrillic characters are different. Some of them are like Latin, but a lot are really different. So you start with learning to read Russian, which is really important. And now, if you have been to countries where they have different alphabet, it's always frustrating, because you don't even know where you're going. You don't know the names of the buildings.
Yeah, the signs don't help at all, do they?
Exactly, and that was the awful feeling in Helsinki, where I tried to buy some food. I was staying in a hostel, and I could buy some food in the supermarket to cook at the kitchen, and I was just trying to recognize the food by the look of it. I thought I was buying a salmon pie, but when I opened it in the kitchen, that was a sweet pie.
Oh really? Oh no.
So yeah, you always have to ask.
So was this the inspiration for the business?
That was actually the fact that when I started teaching Russian, I couldn't pick a good textbook. So I had to write a textbook myself. And I did it, and I actually really was looking forward to publishing it. So I wrote like Cambridge, I wrote to Oxford, to Macmillan and Pearson, my favorite publishers, but they were all rejected because they have this long-term business plans, and they cannot decide just pick your book when you wrote to them. That should be
okay. So the challenge was to get across the publishers. So you decided you'd circumvent the publishers and you would go straight to an online solution.
Yeah, because I realized that's what travelers and beginner students are looking for. They do not go when you start learning a language, you want to try it to understand if you're connected to it, if you're attracted to it, if you're good at it.
So you want a low-cost, entry-level approach.
Exactly.
And going back then to the practicalities of the product, so we buy the app, we download it, and then we start to get familiar with the text. What happens next?
Then you go through 10 easy-to-use interactive lessons based on dialects. So you're not just learning vocabulary, you're learning to build conversation. You read conversations, you repeat, you listen to them. Then you have a super cool teacher grammar part where you receive messages from a teacher explaining difficult grammar in really simple chunks that are easy to understand. The problem with Russian is that it has cases system, which leaves people frustrated. I don't want that. Okay. So I try to make my explanations as simple as possible. And after that you take tests and you go unlocking new lessons.
So what you've done is you've basically reduced the cost and the complexity of learning the Russian language. It sounds really cool.
Thank you so much. It's really nice to put it like that.
So tell us, you're from Russia, you're from Moscow, and you've come to Ireland, and you're now living in Cork.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that journey. How did you end up coming to Ireland?
How did that all happen? Right. So I was browsing the internet looking for venture funds that offer the relocating to the country where they are based, and I came across Enterprise Ireland and their CSF fund for international entrepreneurs, and I filled the application form and I did the video interview and I was accepted. So on the 7th of October I arrived in Cork for the Startup Gathering Week.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so you were there too?
Yeah, we had a little feature in the Examiner. We interviewed about, was it 15 or so startups from all around Cork in the lead up to the gathering.
Great.
So it's a great opportunity, great time to arrive in Ireland.
Yeah, and Cork, I just loved Cork. Well,
super, yeah,
going from Moscow, huge, busy, traffic-loaded city, and I'm in Cork, where life is calm, where there is no traffic, where food is delicious, people are nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city as well.
It was really beautiful. I mean, the cathedral, I went there and I, on the day when I went to St. Bart's Cathedral,
yes.
I asked her to tell me what should I do to get to the Christmas carol singing service.
Oh, nice. I
got this feeling that I would come back. I had
really?
I had this feeling that...
So initially you came on the 7th of October, that was just to do a recce?
That was just a second part of the competition.
Okay.
We had to pitch in front of Enterprise Ireland and investor panel, and then they had to make their final decision if you're accepted for the investment or not. And after living in Cork, I was thinking that I must go back. I mean, they could.
Faith is a very important thing as well, and it's great that you had that feeling at the cathedral and that you managed to come back.
Exactly. I was thinking, like, they cannot take it away from me.
Yeah.
I must go back. And
what kind of supports are they giving you? Why was it attractive to take that opportunity?
Enterprise Ireland was extremely supportive. I mean, you cannot really understand what it takes to get a visa to Ireland.
I can't.
For Russian people.
Yeah, yeah.
I
gather Peter Lennox is very good at helping to smooth through this from Enterprise Ireland.
Yeah, so the help from Enterprise Ireland was incredible, because we also had problems with incorporating because we had to deal with everybody from distance.
Yeah.
We were in Moscow, and
so you're now registered in Ireland or in Russia?
We are registered. We are an Irish company now.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, so I am here to promote how Ireland is brilliant for startup companies. I'm here to invite all startups to set up in Ireland.
You're a great ambassador.
Yeah, and I'm going to prepare some media projects where I'm going to promote Enterprise Ireland as investors, because without them, again, as I was saying, we had problems incorporating because people did not really trust us. And why would us?
Really?
Why would they trust us? Because there are the sanctions against Russia, and also there is this anti-money laundering stuff. So it was...
yeah, you really look like a terrorist money launderer.
Well, they didn't see us in person. I mean, it would be, of course, easy if we could come, but to come we needed to have a visa.
There is an element of abstraction then, that you feel that Russians are looked on as not being trustworthy. That's a very unfortunate thing, and it's great that you've managed to come to Ireland and to share your story and to show us that, you know, you're nice people that want to build technology startups and do cool things.
Thank you. So yeah, Enterprise Ireland was extremely open about that. That is the only company that I contacted that understood what kind of potential
from around the world.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, okay. So I contacted a lot of companies in the US, in Europe, in Turkey, In China, they all rejected us because we were in Moscow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about the team. Who else have you got involved to build out? Because it's not easy to build out a technology product.
Yeah, right. So I would prefer to call myself the heart of the project.
Yeah, the product owner.
Yeah, I created the whole idea. I create the content. I create methodology. I create lessons. I am the one who kind of makes final decisions. But we, of course, need other people in the team. Yeah. That's first, this is the developer, the person who creates the application, who makes my ideas come true.
Yeah.
Because what happens is I talk to my developer, Andrew, say, I want this and this to work like this. Can it happen or can it not? Okay. And he tells me what is possible, what is not possible, and because he has so much experience in developing applications, he sometimes sees anticipating the future problems.
So what advice then would you have for other startups starting out? Because you are the product owner, the evangelist, but in order to bring it to life, you need a technical person or a chief technical officer to advise and lead the development. So if you were to give some advice to other startups, what advice would you give on the first steps of building technology?
That must be a stupid piece of advice, but you must have a really inspiring product.
Okay.
A really inspiring idea.
Do you think you need to start with the idea first?
Yeah, the really inspiring idea will attract professional developers and stars, because this is how we found our developer Andrew. He was just so inspired about the project. He said, I want to do that. I mean, he's a real star. If we were normal business hiring him, we would end up paying him so much money. I mean, such a star costs a lot. I mean, so
he's bought into the idea.
Yeah. So, well, if you are a developer yourself,
it's a different story.
Yeah. So the thing.
So in the abstract, if basically the lesson to learn is that if you come up with an inspiring enough idea, the talent will follow, and the money will follow as well, following the same logic.
We also found our designer like that. The designer doesn't have much experience in creating a user interface. Okay. She's just super professional and talented young artist, and she also creates toys made of wool. Okay. Yeah, so she's a multi-talented person. Creative. And even despite she doesn't have any experience in creating user interface, we decided to work together because she had these brilliant ideas about how we can really put some cultural context into the application.
Fantastic. Yeah, little woolly sheep are very popular in Ireland. That'll give you great little mascots as well for your Irish venture.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's next on the roadmap? You've come to Ireland, that's a big milestone. What's the next big milestone you face?
At the moment, our plans is to go to App Store. So hopefully we will get the approval by the end of February, because App Store has to approve.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
It can take some time, and I don't think we can speed up the process in any way. And then, if it's successful and we've got sales and we've got downloads, we will expand the application to full 10 lessons. And of course, later in like 2 months' time, we will be looking for an Android team, because at the moment we have iOS developer, so we'll need an Android team. And also I heard about Windows phones giving grants for mobile applications specifically for Windows phones, so that could be an option too.
Yeah, we should talk about the opportunities in Microsoft offline. I'd be happy to connect you.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you're watching, Azure.
Thank you. Yeah.
Super.
And then we're going global.
Okay, awesome. That's a big milestone.
Yeah, actually, when I say to Russian people that Russian is the fifth most popular foreign language to learn, they are surprised. I mean, they cannot believe that their native language is popular. It's a very exciting language to learn, and that's really cool. Yes, it is. What words do you speak Russian again? Nostrovia. Oh yeah. Da, and I think that's it. I had a few others when I worked as a Russian developer, but I've forgotten right now. What we say when we see a friend is "Привет." Привет. Yeah, you see, you're gonna say hello in Russian now. Okay, so how do we say goodbye in Russian? Oh, that's "Пока." Baka. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure to chat with you today, Anastasia. Thank you so much, Richard. And best of luck with the iOS release. Thank you. And we'll chat to you soon. Thank you so much. Baka. Пока.